Thursday night smokes this week. Going for a New World cigar tonight, mainly because it's one of the New Worlds that I really enjoyed from last year. In fact, it was a total surprise. And I found on gqtobacco.com, they actually have the rest of his series. So some people might have already guessed. This is the Oscar Valdez Leaf Maduro. This is the Lancero though. So this one is quite a bit different. I have to admit, the way this feels in your hands is quite interesting. And it is, you can hear it, it just, oh wow. And how dark is that cigar? That is a proper Maduro cigar. That's interesting, that's got some very deep sort of grassy hay notes to that. The other reason I picked this cigar as well, mainly because it's a Lancero and I quite like smaller ring gauges because they make me, well, basically they make me smoke slower, as I have a tendency to smoke quite fast sometimes. I've been known to smoke like a Montecristo No. 2 in 40 minutes, which technically should take at least an hour. So I went on to smaller ring gauges a few years ago to help me slow down. Also, that cigar is £16.50. So that's actually a lot of cigar for the money. Okay, the draw is a nice draw, but it's a bit flat. I was hoping I would get more of the flavours of the sort of grassy flavours from the like straw-like, which is what it smells of. That is that's got very strong notes of cedar in there. So that should be interesting. Because I've gone for a rum for a change, and I've actually gone for a white rum. Now, two guesses as to why I picked that one. I saw the label, and come on, that colour match, really? Like I wouldn't. So this is Cornish rum, white espresso, or espresso, whichever way you want to say it, from the Rock Distillery. This is a small batch. This is bottle number 3 out of 104. So, oh, and it's 40%, which is basically going to kick me a little bit for a rum. I did try a small sample of this before I bought the bottle, and I really did like the coffee notes were very smooth, not sort of bitter, which were good. Okay, well that didn't work quite as well as I expected. Definite coffee beans though. That is a lovely little drink. Now I'm hoping it pairs with this. Has a bit of a burn. It was definitely smoother than that. I remember it being smoother than that, but that is really good. Wow. Okay, now that really does bring out a lot more of the earthy tones and notes in this. Even a bit of like dark chocolate, which is very strange. Didn't get that at all on the Retrohale, or rather the dry draw. Okay, now there's a pairing that definitely works. This, I would say, is probably going to be maybe an hour and 20, this smoke, which I think is really good for the price point. I mean, it was, I believe it was £16.50 or maybe £16.49 or something like that from gqtobacco.com, which is a site that people know I have recommended before, never verbally, but in comments. They are quite a bit cheaper than a lot of the other UK sites as well at the moment, so it's definitely worth giving them a look. I have to admit, I think that's one of my favourite pairings for a while. I think the coffee bean sort of creaminess of that coffee bean in there, along with maybe a slight overtone of chocolate. I'm not convinced, but maybe. But I might be getting the chocolate notes off the cigar, which definitely has very sort of earthy straw notes and a bit of a little bit of dark chocolate in there. I think that definitely works really well. So that's my Thursday night smokes this week. Got some new merch in, which I quite like. I really like these hats, actually. So yeah, go and have a look at those, and I shall catch you guys on the next video. Hopefully everybody's got some nice plans for the last weekend before the kids go back.